What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Guys, we're here talking about some European sirens and why they are better. Uh, I checked out a video of a heart being transplanted or a heart, for a heart transplant. It was in transit, the person was driving, trying to get it to the hospital or whatever in Poland. And they had like this little remote where, kid you not, person was pressing like the different buttons, signifying the different sirens that they had. Driving, just driving with one hand, pressing a button, going super fast. So we're gonna see. 'Cause, here in America, our sirens, you hear the one. For the most part, we got that one siren. But there are some other sirens but we're always familiar with the one siren that's on all the emergency vehicles. But why the European siren is proven to be better, half as interesting as the channel. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Let's check this out.
This video was made possible by Hover. Get 10% off
Hover.
your custom domain or email address by going to hover.com/HAI. If you've ever been in New York City, you've probably heard this sound.
What in the world?
Sorry, wrong one. I meant to play this.
Oh,
In New York City, the wailing siren is part of the symphony of the streets. It's an icon of the city, but like many of New York's icons, Times Square, the subway system, and Rudy Giuliani, it sucks,
makes you so
but it doesn't have to. This is a European siren. If you've ever been to Europe, and especially anywhere near Birmingham, you'll recognize this sound, which is called the high-low siren, immediately. New York and other places in America are reportedly considering switching to the European siren, and this video is my manifesto as to why they should, because
I'm telling you, the one I seen in Poland, the person was pressing like it looked like it had about 10 buttons on it. They pressed at least 3 to 5.
while all sirens are
That's
unpleasant
a lot of different
and
ones.
interrupt and make me doom scroll Twitter for 30 seconds while recording audio, European sirens can be scientifically proven to suck less than New York and the rest of America's sirens. To understand why, you first have to understand a bit about sound waves. This is a sound wave. You can call him Wavy, although technically his full name is
Wavy.
Waverton B. Dorado, here to the cool range fortune, but we'll stick with Wavy for now. This part of Wavy, his height, which you can call amplitude if you want to be fancy about it, determines how loud he is, which is measured in decibels. Both the New York and the European siren hit the same decibel level, 118, which, by the way, is more than the human ear should hear because our ears start taking on damage at about 80.
be
The
loud.
sirens will exceed it because, it's an ambulance. They don't have time to worry about your health or safety. So the New York and European sirens are equally as loud, but the difference comes here, in their frequency, which we usually call pitch, mainly because
Wow.
Frequency Perfect 3 is a terrible movie title. We traditionally measure pitch in hertz, in honor of the world's third most mediocre car rental company, and the higher a frequency, the higher the pitch and hertz level. Here, I'll show you. As Wavy's frequency increases, you'll hear the pitch go up. And this is the key difference between the New York siren and the European siren. The New York whale siren is traditionally between 600 and 1200 hertz, while the European
Dang.
high-low siren moves between 450 and 600 hertz, meaning the European siren's highest pitch is only half the highest pitch of
At this point, it seems like the U.S. just trying to take us out any way they can. If they're trying to eat healthy, let's get them with these sirens.
the New York
That's
siren.
crazy.
That's what makes it so much better. People generally perceive high-pitched sounds to be piercing and unpleasant. Think of a baby crying, or a mosquito buzzing, or Ariana Grande singing. So because the European siren
Not
is
Ariana
lower,
Grande.
most people find it less annoying. In addition, by alternating clearly and distinctly
It's crazy because I can agree. You hear sirens, it can be an annoying thing, but me just watching European emergency vehicles and hearing the sirens and all that, I just honestly sitting here 15 minutes watching it, amazed, like, wow, sitting here listening to sirens that are, really could be annoying, but I'm like, It's not bad. It's not too
Between
bad.
the 600 Hz pitch and the lower 450 Hz pitch, the Siren offers listeners a clear respite from the siren's highest pitch, while the New York Siren's pitch change is continuous, so you never feel like you get a break.
And it's super
Now,
loud
you
in
probably
New York.
have 3 questions. First, if I rage comment something on this, will it boost the video's
Dang.
algorithmic performance? Second, are all people who eat cereal inherently evil? And third, considering it's less annoying, is the European Siren less effective? Well, the answers are yes, yes, and no. It turns out that European sirens are actually more effective than New York sirens, mainly because lower frequency pitches move further than higher frequency pitches. I guess that explains why I never get responses to my daily pitch emails to Netflix for a reality show about it.
And that's what I'm saying. There was the video I've seen. Maybe I'll put it up there for y'all to see on one of the cards or something. But this person was driving in Poland for this heart transplant. It seemed like as they were pressing certain sirens, like people just knew what to do, whether they got over, pulled to the side, whether they stopped. It signified something. It signified something.
A
for
towel
them.
factory. But to understand why lower frequency pitches move further, you first need to know that sound waves have to move through a medium. Given that the Long Island medium is normally busy with her TV
Island
show,
medium.
sound most frequently has to travel through air. As sound waves travel, they're vibrating the particles in the air to transfer the sound, or energy, and because low frequency waves are, less frequent, they transfer less energy to the air particles than high frequency waves, thus running out of energy less quickly, and thus moving further. This principle extends to sirens, according to a study conducted in 2013 by a group of scientists who were definitely totally not wasting their engineering PhDs by studying the wee-woo machines. They found that a 40-year-old with average hearing could detect the New York whale siren at a maximum of 249 feet or 76 meters, and a 60-year-old could detect it at 125 feet or 38 meters.
Dang.
For the European two-tone siren, those numbers were nearly doubled. The 40-year-old could detect it at 508 feet or 155 meters, and
Dang.
the 60-year-old at 206 feet or 63 meters. So, in the end, when it comes to
Wow.
sirens, it turns out that the European way is just better than the New York way. However, the good news for New Yorkers is that, with the small exception of healthcare, infrastructure, social safety nets, paid family leave, criminal justice, rock and roll, silly hats, bread, cheese, football chants, life expectancy, singing competitions, and a medium-sized grouping of other things, America does absolutely everything else better than Europe. If you wanted to convince New York to change its
Outside of
terrible
these
sirens,
things.
you might want to start a campaign to convince the city council, and the best place to start would be a website. Maybe something like stopthesirens or iwillstoppayingmytaxes.com, or makeitquiet or wewillriot.com. The perfect place
Oh
to
my
buy that
goodness.
domain would be hover.com. Seriously, both of those domains
Shout
are
out
available
to
on Hover,
Hover.
or at least they were when I wrote this video. Or maybe you want to try out a specialized domain extension, like change the sirens or I will move to .amsterdam.
Man. Yeah, I get it. Get a domain from Hub. No, he's not wrong though. Me personally, I think the sirens in New York are loud just because it's a very crowded area. New York is very crowded. So they think, oh, let's make these sirens super loud just because it's already a loud place. They need to hear and know that we coming. It's crowded. Let's make it loud so they know we right here type of thing. That's what I feel when it comes to New York. Because I've been to New York and yeah, you hear the sign, you hear horns honking just because it's crowded and people just walking. Just walking. It's just a lot. So I think that's why they got the loud sirens in New York. Now, compared to everywhere else, I don't believe our sirens, at least in my hometown, that's not too bad. It's not too bad at all. But compared to Europe, like I said, I can sit here and watch videos all the time of the emergency vehicles. But y'all do need to check out that one. I need to find a video why European, emergency vehicles have too many sirens or something, or a lot of sirens. Because I'm telling you, the Poland one, it was a lot. But that's all I have for this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Y'all hit that subscribe button. Send down more recommendations. Hey, y'all be blessed, be the best, and be you. I'm out.